So here we have these OKNIFE U1 Pro utility knives. Now full disclosure, this is a paid review, but the opinions in this video are my own. Alright, so these are the three different designs that they currently sell. They look pretty cool and they come in these nice little boxes. There's a cool print on the front that shows you which knife is in the box, as well as some other information about it. And all three are priced at about $35. Let's go ahead and open this up here. It has some nice packaging. It also comes with this little piece of paper that shows you how to replace the blade. It also comes with this nice and detailed little user manual, as well as this sort of multi-tool piece, which we'll take a look at in just a second. And here's all three knives unboxed. They all look super cool, and I especially like the design on this donut knife. They're nice compact knives and they have some pretty cool features, so let's take a closer look at them. Starting off with the carbon fiber knife, this one has a real carbon fiber handle, and then the frame is made of metal. The handle's nice and smooth, but it still gives plenty of grip, and there's also this pocket clip on the other side. There's a thumb stud you can use to open it up, and then it locks open. And then to fold it back in, you pull this piece here to unlock it, and then it folds right back in. And it's just a little stud that's on a spring, works pretty well. You can also use that to unlock it and open it that way. It opens nice and smooth and also closes nice and smooth as well. And now taking a look at the blade, it's actually pretty unique. It uses a standard utility knife blade, but you can see you get a full 2 inches of the blade instead of the about 1 inch that you get on a standard utility knife. And I think that's pretty cool. It's definitely not always necessary, but it can come in handy in some situations. The blade's nicely locked in place. It's not going to come undone until you unlock it. And to do that, you can see there's this little knurled knob right here. It's actually a screw that goes through the knife. And if you take the multi-tool it comes with, you can put that over the screw and loosen it. You don't have to pull it out fully. You just have to loosen it a little bit, and then you can carefully take the blade and pull it out. And then to put in a new blade, you just stick the bottom in like this and then rotate it in like that. And then use the multi-tool to tighten the knob again. I will say that it's not quite as convenient as a normal utility knife like this, where you just push a button, but it's not too difficult, and it allows you to get almost the full length of the blade. Anyway, I like how there's an arrow on the knob showing you which way to lock it, and you don't have to use this tool to lock it and unlock it. You could just use a pair of pliers. So yeah, it's pretty cool, but it does have one more function, and that's this screwdriver on the back here. It just folds out like so. It locks into place. You can push this button to unlock it and fold it back in, and the bit's actually double-sided. You can see it has a Phillips on this side, then you can pull it out, flip it over, and this side has a flathead, and it's just kind of held in by a magnet so it doesn't fall out. And it kind of has the same mechanism as the blade. It just uses a spring to keep it shut. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool knife. It has a cool design on the handle. It's nice and compact. But now let's take a look at the other two knives. This is the micarta knife. It functions exactly the same way. The only difference is what the handle is made out of. The handle on this knife is made of micarta, which is basically just a blend of epoxy and natural fibers. When you first open it up, it's going to have this more whitish look to it. It's going to be a little bit dull, but once you use it a little bit and the oils from your hands transfer over to the knife, it's going to develop a little bit more of a military green look. I'm just going to use some mineral oil and wax here to speed that process up. And there you go. You can see once the fibers soak in some oil, they get a much deeper green. It looks super nice. And you can see the difference in color on the other side here by the pocket clip where I didn't quite get the oil. It's not very difficult though to turn the whole thing green. You just have to unscrew some screws, then you can pull the handles off and put a little bit of oil on them. And next up is the donut knife. The material on this handle is made out of G10, which is similar to the micarta, but it's a little bit different. The micarta uses natural fibers and epoxy, and this knife uses fiberglass and epoxy. So it's not going to change color no matter how much oil you put on it. I really like the look of this knife. It looks super cool with those printed sprinkles. It's just a nice fun design. I think it looks pretty cool. Also, these two knives have just a little bit more of a textured surface compared to this one, which is pretty smooth. But again, they all give you plenty of grip. So yeah, these U1 Pro utility knives are all super cool. They're also pretty unique, and I really like the designs on all of them. Of course, the full 2 inch blade is pretty cool as well. And overall, I'd say these are some really cool knives.